New York City. It's a forest of glass and steel, a stage built for drama, where fortunes are forged in the fires of ambition and can disappear just as quickly. But beyond the gleaming skyscrapers and the endless hum of Wall Street, a handful of men hold an almost unimaginable level of power. Their influence is coded into the stock tickers that drive global markets, etched into the very skyline of Manhattan, and felt in the philanthropic heart of the five boroughs. They are titans of finance, maestros of media, and kings of real estate. Today, we're counting down 10 of the richest Jewish men connected to New York, uncovering the remarkable and sometimes controversial stories behind their empires. These aren't just tales of immense wealth, but stories of strategy, risk, legacy, and the profound impact one person can have on the world's greatest city. From hedge fund wizards who command billions with a single trade, to family dynasties who have literally built the city we see today, we'll explore where their fortunes came from and the power they hold. And if you enjoy deep dives into the lives of the world's most influential people, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more. Now, who will be number one? The answer might surprise you. Let's begin the countdown. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a true legend of Wall Street, a man whose life is the quintessential American dream, born from the gritty streets of the Bronx. Leon G. Cooperman, with a net worth estimated at $2.8 billion. Cooperman is as famous for his outspoken personality as he is for his incredible investment track record. Born in the South Bronx to Polish-Jewish immigrant parents, his father was a plumber, and Cooperman was the first in his family to ever attend college. He worked his way through public school, graduating from Hunter College before earning his MBA from Columbia Business School in 1967. His career began with a job as a quality control engineer at Xerox, but Wall Street was calling. After graduating from Columbia, he joined Goldman Sachs and started a remarkable 25-year career at the bank. He built the bank's asset management division, now known as GSAM, from the ground up, eventually rising to become its chairman and CEO. He was a star, known for his sharp mind and deep understanding of value. In 1991, at the height of his career at Goldman, he left to start his own hedge fund, Omega Advisors. The fund became famous for its strong performance, often beating the market by focusing on undervalued stocks. Cooperman became a billionaire, a titan of the hedge fund world, and a regular on financial news networks, never shy about sharing his strong opinions on the market and economy. In 2018, he announced he was closing Omega to outside investors to convert it into a family office and focus more on giving his fortune away. As a signer of the Giving Pledge, his philanthropic gifts are transformative, including massive donations to St. Barnabas Medical Center and his alma maters, Hunter College and Columbia Business School. From the son of a plumber to a multi-billionaire shaping hospitals and universities, Leon Cooperman's journey is a powerful story of the opportunity forged in New York City. At number 9 is one of the most famous and controversial figures in global finance, a man who became known as the man who broke the Bank of England, George Soros. A longtime New York resident, his net worth is estimated at around $7.2 billion, though that number doesn't tell the whole story. Born in Budapest, Hungary in 1930, Soros survived the Nazi occupation as a teenager, an experience that profoundly shaped his life. His family used forged identity papers to hide their Jewish background and helped others do the same. After the war, he left for London, working as a railway porter and waiter to put himself through the London School of Economics. He moved to New York City and in 1973 founded his own hedge fund, which would become the legendary Quantum Fund. His fame exploded in 1992 when he made a massive bet against the British pound, reportedly earning $1 billion in a single day. But Soros is perhaps more famous today for what he has done with his wealth. He is one of history's most prolific philanthropists. In 2018, it was revealed he had transferred over $18 billion, the bulk of his fortune, to his Open Society foundations. Having already donated over $32 billion in his lifetime, he has poured money into causes that support human rights, democracy, and progressive ideas around the world. This has also made him a target for numerous conspiracy theories and political attacks. Despite the controversy, George Soros remains a towering figure whose financial acumen and philanthropic vision have left an indelible mark on New York and the world. At number 8, we shift from the titans of finance to the titans of the very ground they stand on. We're talking about a dynasty, the Durst family, leaders of the Durst Organization, one of the oldest and most powerful family-run real estate empires in New York City. While their 2020 family fortune was estimated at over $8.1 billion, it's their tangible impact on the city that is truly immeasurable. The Durst story is a century-long epic that began in 1902 when a Jewish immigrant named Joseph Durst arrived in America from Austria-Hungary with just $3 to his name. He started as a tailor, but soon began investing his profits in real estate, officially founding the Durst Organization in 1915. The company passed from Joseph to his son Seymour and is now led by the third generation, Chairman Douglas Durst, and his cousin, President Jonathan or Jody Durst. Over the decades, they transformed the company into a pioneering developer. They built the nation's first ever sustainable skyscraper on West 42nd Street, a project that helped lead the revitalization of Times Square, and followed it with the Bank of America Tower at 1 Bryant Park, the first high-rise office tower in the U.S. to achieve a LEED Platinum rating for its environmental design. Their most visible project is One World Trade Center. After the September 11th attacks, the Durst Organization became a co-developer with the Port Authority, investing $100 million into the project. They now manage this iconic 104-story skyscraper, a powerful symbol of New York's resilience. The family's vast portfolio includes 13 million square feet of office space and thousands of residential units. They don't just own buildings, they own entire city blocks. While the family name was shadowed by the public saga of Douglas's estranged brother Robert Durst, the business has remained a city-building force, a dynasty whose legacy is etched in the steel, glass, and concrete of New York itself. Coming in at number 7 is a man who has literally changed the face of Manhattan's West Side, Stephen Ross. As the founder and chairman of the related companies, his net worth is estimated to be a massive $17 billion. Born in Detroit and raised in a Jewish family, Ross started his career as a tax attorney, but his vision was in real estate. In 1972, with a $10,000 loan from his mother, he founded related companies, focusing initially on developing affordable housing. Today, that small venture has grown into a global real estate behemoth that has developed or acquired over $60 billion worth of properties, from California to London. In New York, his impact is impossible to miss. He's the man behind the Deutsche Bank Center at Columbus Circle and, most famously, Hudson Yards. This sprawling multi-billion-dollar neighborhood on Manhattan's West Side is the largest private real estate development in U.S. history, a city within a city of skyscrapers, shops, and cultural venues. Ross's influence extends far beyond real estate. He's a major player in the sports world as the owner of the NFL's Miami Dolphins and Hard Rock Stadium. He also has investments in luxury fitness brands like Equinox and SoulCycle. A major philanthropist, Ross has given hundreds of millions of dollars to his alma mater, the University of Michigan, which renamed its business school in his honor. He is a true giant of industry, whose ambition has created one of New York's newest iconic landscapes. At number 6, we have the patriarch of a New York dynasty built on beauty, Leonard Lauder. As chairman emeritus of the Estee Lauder companies, he commanded a net worth of around $10 to $15 billion at the time of his passing in 2025. Leonard was the eldest son of Estee Lauder, the visionary woman who started a cosmetics business from her kitchen in Queens. Raised in a Jewish household, he joined the family business in 1958 when it was still a small operation. With a degree from Wharton and an MBA from Columbia, he brought a new level of business acumen to his mother's creative genius. Under his leadership, Estee Lauder transformed into a global powerhouse. He created the company's first R&D laboratory and went on an acquisition spree, snapping up brands that are now household names like MAC, Bobbi Brown, and Aveda. He took the company public in 1995, cementing its status as a leader in the luxury market. Beyond the boardroom, Lauder was one of New York's most significant art patrons. An avid collector of Cubist art, He gifted his collection, valued at over $1 billion, to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in 2013. He was a constant presence in New York's philanthropic circles, and his family's foundation created the iconic pink ribbon symbol for breast cancer awareness. Leonard Lauder's story is a New York classic, a second-generation leader who took a family business and built it into an international empire. Entering the top 5 is a controversial and powerful figure in the world of high-stakes finance, Leon Black. The co-founder of the private equity behemoth Apollo Global Management, he has a net worth estimated at $14 billion. Black's story is steeped in the drama of Wall Street. His father was a prominent businessman who tragically took his own life in 1975. After graduating from Harvard Business School, Leon Black built a career at the infamous 1980s investment bank Drexel Burnham Lambert. When Drexel collapsed in 1990, he rose from the ashes and co-founded Apollo Global Management. Under his leadership, Apollo grew into one of the largest and most aggressive private equity firms in the world, managing hundreds of billions of dollars in assets. The firm became known for buying up distressed debt and companies, making enormous profits in the process. Black's career, however, has been marked by controversy. He stepped down as CEO and chairman of Apollo in 2021 after an investigation revealed he had paid $158 million to Jeffrey Epstein for financial services after Epstein's initial conviction. Despite the scandal, he remains a major shareholder in Apollo and a significant force in New York's financial and cultural life. He is an avid art collector, once paying $120 million for a version of Edvard Munch's The Scream, and has served as the chairman of the Museum of Modern Art. At number 4 is a man who was arguably the greatest quantitative investor of all time, the late Jim Simons. A resident of New York, he pioneered a secretive, math-based approach to trading that made him a legend on Wall Street. At the time of his passing in May 2024, his net worth was estimated to be over $31 billion. Simons wasn't your typical Wall Street trader. He was a world-class mathematician. Before ever touching the stock market, he worked as a code breaker for the National Security Agency during the Cold War and chaired the math department at Stony Brook University. In 1982, he founded the hedge fund Renaissance Technologies, based in East Setauket, New York. Instead of relying on gut feelings or traditional analysis, he hired mathematicians, physicists, and computer scientists to build complex algorithms that could find and exploit hidden patterns in the market. The firm's flagship Medallion Fund produced returns that were simply unheard of, making it one of the most successful hedge funds in history. Simons himself was famously private, rarely giving interviews. After retiring, he focused on philanthropy through the Simons Foundation, which supports research in mathematics and basic sciences. Jim Simons revolutionized investing by proving that with enough brain power and computing power, the market could be treated like a code to be broken. Our number 3 spot goes to Jeff Yass, a man who turned his genius for probability and poker into one of Wall Street's most powerful trading firms. As the co-founder of Susquehanna International Group, SIG, his net worth is estimated at an incredible $49.6 billion. Yass's story begins not on Wall Street, but at the poker tables, where he honed his skills for calculating risk and reward. He brought that same quantitative mindset to finance, co-founding SIG in 1987. The firm, with major operations in New York, became a juggernaut in the world of options trading, using sophisticated statistical models to make markets and find profitable trades. SIG is notoriously secretive, known for its intense analytical culture, and for even using poker in its recruitment process to find traders who think in terms of probabilities. While the firm keeps a low profile, its success has been explosive. One of the firm's most spectacular investments was an early stake in ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok. That single bet, made long before the app became a global phenomenon, is now worth billions and is a testament to the firm's incredible foresight. Though Yas himself is based in Pennsylvania, his firm is a dominant force on Wall Street, making him one of the most influential figures in New York's financial ecosystem. Our runner-up at number 2 is one of the most formidable, successful, and controversial figures in modern finance, Stephen A. Cohen. The founder of Point72 Asset Management and the owner of the New York Mets, Cohen's net worth is estimated at a colossal $21 to $23 billion. Born in North Greek, New York, Cohen was a poker player in high school, where he says he learned how to take calculated risks. He took those skills to Wall Street and in 1992 founded his own hedge fund, SAC Capital Advisors. Its performance was legendary, generating astronomical returns that made Cohen a billionaire and the king of Wall Street traders. He was reportedly the inspiration for the character Bobby Axelrod on the show Billions. But this success was shadowed by a years-long federal investigation into insider trading at his firm. While Cohen himself was never criminally charged, SAC Capital pleaded guilty in 2013 and paid a record-breaking $1.8 billion in penalties. Cohen was barred from managing outside money for several years and transformed the firm into a family office to manage his own fortune. In 2018, he was back in business, opening his new firm, Point72, to outside investors who rushed back in. But Cohen's most public move came in 2020 when he fulfilled his lifelong dream and bought the New York Mets for $2.4 billion. As a fan, he's poured money into the team, endearing himself to long-suffering Mets fans. From his home in nearby Connecticut, Steve Cohen wields immense power over New York's financial markets and one of its most beloved sports teams, a larger-than-life figure who has weathered scandal to emerge more powerful than ever.
And at number 1 on our list, a man who is not just one of the richest Jewish men in New York, but simply one of the wealthiest and most influential people on the planet, Michael Bloomberg. With a staggering net worth of around $109 billion, he is a media mogul, a 3-term mayor of New York City, and a global philanthropist on an epic scale. His story is a masterclass in turning a setback into a world-changing opportunity. Born in 1942 to a middle-class family, Bloomberg got his start at the Wall Street investment bank Salomon Brothers. But in 1981, after the firm was acquired, he was fired and given a $10 million severance package. For Bloomberg, it was just the beginning. He had a revolutionary idea that the financial world would pay a premium for high-quality business information delivered instantly through computers. With his severance money, he founded a company and created the iconic Bloomberg Terminal. That terminal became an indispensable tool for traders and executives worldwide, and the company, Bloomberg LP, grew into a global media empire with estimated annual revenues of nearly $15 billion. In 2001, in the wake of the 9/11 attacks, he ran for mayor of New York City and would serve for 3 terms. After his time in office, he turned his focus to philanthropy on a scale few have ever attempted. As a signer of the Giving Pledge, he has already donated over $21 billion to causes like climate change, gun safety, and public health, giving away $3.7 billion in 2024 alone. Michael Bloomberg is more than just a billionaire. He is a system, an institution, and a force of nature who has profoundly reshaped finance, media, and the city of New York itself. From the high-frequency trading floors of Wall Street to the very bedrock of Manhattan real estate, the stories of these 10 men paint a vivid picture of wealth and power in New York City. Their collective fortunes represent an astonishing concentration of capital, but their influence extends far beyond their bank accounts. They are builders and traders, philanthropists and patrons, men whose decisions shape markets, skylines, and communities. We've seen the classic New York narrative of the immigrant's son, like Leon Cooperman, a plumber's son from the Bronx who became a hedge fund legend.
We've explored the enduring power of family dynasties like the Dursts and the Louders, whose legacies are passed down through generations. And we've witnessed the disruptive force of new ideas, from Michael Bloomberg's data terminal that revolutionized finance to the mathematical genius of Jim Simons that conquered the markets. Their paths to power are diverse. Some built empires from scratch, others inherited them and took them to new heights. They operate in different spheres: real estate, finance, media, and sports. Yet they are all connected by the gravitational pull of New York City, the ultimate arena for their ambition. Their stories are a testament to the city's status as a global epicenter of capital and influence. The impact of their wealth is a complex tapestry. Through their philanthropic efforts, they have funded hospitals, universities, and vital social programs, pouring billions back into society. At the same time, such a vast concentration of wealth in the hands of so few raises fundamental questions about equity and influence in the 21st century. The stories of wealth and power in New York are constantly evolving. Do you know of other New York billionaires whose stories we should explore? Share their names and your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this insightful, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the lives of the world's most fascinating and powerful figures. Thanks for watching.